Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are displaying again the light screen paint that we are working on. It's already done, just has to go through some more tests. Right now we're just showing it off, just flexing the screen and showing it off in a fully lit environment as they're supposed to be displayed. This right here is going to be an LT Ultra Gray 15. LT stands for light. So it's a light gray screen. It does have 100% code, and as I said before, the contrast levels on this technology are fair. They're not going to be as high as the black screens or darker screens we develop, but the contrast level is good enough where your colors are not going to fade or wash out if you're using it in a fully lit environment, which we're doing right now. All right, so we're just going to show the screen off a bit. I may pull up the ultra short throw projector and knock that demonstration off. We've already done the long throw demonstration at an impressive 22 feet with a 130 watt light in the middle of the screen using a projector of only 1,000 lumens. We did a projector swap. We went from a 43 all the way down to 1,000 lumens. That was a huge drop. And that demonstration, we did a paint-on demonstration matched against the screens to show both screens were exactly alike. We did a certified screen. We did 3 certifieds and some other paints. We will actually do more certified screens because I want to do a few more before we actually get a label for this. This is not going to be an outdoor screen paint, just to let you know. We are leaning toward heavier contrast screens when it comes to outdoor screens. This is not going to do well outside, so we don't advise you to use it outside. Specifications on what you can and can do with it will be posted onto the website. We do advise you, please read through those policies first before making your purchase. All right, so let's begin. First things first, I'm going to show you the environment. As always, plenty of light. As you know, I like to do my demonstrations and plenty of light in the environment. There's that midnight mustard screen. I tell you, my screen is weird looking. And we're going to get this started. All right, so let's rewind all the way to the back. Now, if you're looking for a screen paint with a more heavier contrast, we do have screen paints in that category. If you're a person that basically likes the white levels, this is for you. And I'll show you my distance. So my projector is sitting. We're always about a good 13 feet back from the screen. Make sure because I want to get that light in the shot. Now you can see in the demonstration we are using plenty of light as you're supposed to have this kind of light to begin with, especially with this being a 15. It's not going to have a problem being able to produce that image. We'll come up close on the screen. As I said, the contrast levels are good on the screen. It's not going to be as deep as dark as black technology, but like I said, it's not something you're going to miss because it does its job. I'm not going to tell you something that the screen can and cannot do. So we put the contrast levels as fair. Keep in mind, I'm used to developing much darker technology. So I'm used to seeing heavier contrast levels. But like I said, contrast levels look very good for the technology. It's just it's not going to be on the category of contrast levels that we usually design when it comes to screens. But like I said, these are for a customer base that requires, it wants more of a higher white level. But they want a fair contrast, and they don't want the screen to wash out and fade out in a fully lit environment, and that's where those contrast levels comes into the screen. Give you a nice, beautiful image without your colors washing out. Like I said, if we can do this at 22 feet, 1,000 lumens with a 130 watt light bulb, or anything else after that's going to be a cakewalk for it. I have a couple of sample sheets here I have to see for myself because, like I said, this is something new. We're usually not used to dealing with lighter screens, so I got some darker sample sheets I got to test against the screen because I need to see exactly how it stacks up. We know how it's going to be to compete the lighter screens. That's not a problem because the screen went upstairs and got some professional sample sheets to do this test against. As you can see, the contrast levels are really good for screen this light. It's just not going to be as dark as you're going to get off the more darker screen paints we develop. But it does have that code embedded in it. Who knows, we might be able to design even a lighter one than this one. Maybe a heavier contrast, this one learning from this one right here. So the whole purpose is to learn from your technology so we can make it better. So it's the first stages of light technology for us with color coding abilities. And so far, I'm quite impressed. God is good. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get sample sheets we have here that do not match the screen. That's we don't want that, because that makes it too easy. That means, you know, you can't see where one ends and where one begins. If you can understand what I mean by that. You know, I'm quite impressed. It's good. It's really good. It's giving me those black levels. Now, fine. Even though I said look, levels, it's good. But like I said, black technology, that contrast level, like, you know, that dark contrast level, that's where it's at. But to be able to do this to a lighter screen and still give it the ability to maintain its color and to maintain its contrast in a fully lit environment, this opens up a lot of doors for us. So it allows us to see things in a different level. Keep in mind that when we develop a technology that's light and we can heighten white levels, it allows us to integrate this into other technology. So there's more than one ways this can be utilized. But I think the problem with my mindset was just being pinpointed on just black technology only. But now that we're just moving in different areas, we can just start advancing the technology in different areas. We can do lighter screens, we can do mid-light screens, we can do different color screens, we can do darker screens. We just want to be able to cover everything. Did we freeze? Looks like we froze somewhere along the line. Hold on for a minute. See what's going on here. Okay, that was weird. Let's just see what happened with that. I think I can move forward on that video and see what's going on there. I might have to unplug my Fire Stick. Yeah, it's the Fire Stick acting up. All right, I'm gonna unplug the Fire Stick, put it back. I hate to. I like this video. I can't remember what video, what channel this was. I was on. Let me see if we can get access to it. I think it was AK something natural or something. Oh, Fire Stick just working all together. All right, let me unplug, put it back in. It happens from time to time with the Fire Sticks. They have these little issues from time to time where you have to unplug them and reboot them all over again. That's all. Usually when you have to deal with the Fire Sticks, you just go into the option of your Wi-Fi and you just basically just click your Wi-Fi off, put it back on, let it reboot, and it pretty much does it right there. The Fire Sticks the other way around, you just have to disconnect those and put those back in. The hard reset with those. Now, like I said, you can see the color of the screen. They're not gray. They have a strange color to them, but they're not gray. They come on light, dark. Okay. Now let's see if we can find our video what we're using. I think it's the one below us. I'm pretty sure it is. I like that one. I want to check out this real quick. I'm going to do this real quick. I've seen this a few times pop up on there. Just has some really beautiful colors into it. Okay, yeah, I can see I'm lagging in my I can't do it. It's music behind it. You gotta be careful about that kind of stuff. All right, let's see if we can find the exact video. Was it I or was it this one? That was one of them. We'll figure out which one it is.
Say yes to Venza's available 12.3-inch touchscreen.
Are you going to soak these things?
And you're in control. When you're in control, you're ready for anything. Say yes to Venza.
Hey, who's going to have that bag on them? Like, honestly, these commercials sometimes, I wonder. Well, it was a costume party. Then what? You know, you just put clothes in the bag and put it over top of your head. Okay, whatever. So let's see if we can get this. All right, we'll stay here. I just want to get a blend of contrast and color all in one, moving back and forth across the screen. Now, would I paint this on anything in my house? No. I'm contrast. Everybody should know that. I like dark, I love contrast. This is not for me. But I have customers who want to have a lighter screen. And keep in mind, this technology here works on all projectors. Your knockoff projectors, your valve projectors, it works on all of them. So there's normally nothing there at the bottom. When you look at the option of what projector is compatible with, it's compatible with everything. We'll bring a knockout projector out here and I'll buy another one. All right, let's find something a little darker in there. I like that one video we had. I need to go back to that one, but I have no idea where I found that video at. I think it's this one right here. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, fish. I love fish. I see that. I love fish. You have no idea. Got a fish tank over here, just don't have any fish in it. Well, let me get me a charger too, because my battery indicator popped up. Now, as for what can you paint it on? Well, pretty much anything you want. It's designed that way. We had to disconnect Wi-Fi, sorry about that. So yeah, as in getting back to, can you spray it on? Yeah, you can spray it on. I did a paint on demonstration, I think, right in the middle of the video. Put my charger back in. There we go, at 13%. All right, let's find something else. I like these, but I want something else. Let's see what we got on this one.
It's still the night shift, just brighter. Still making an entrance, just turning.
No, I keep asking if I want a channel. Like, I literally don't want another channel. Interesting. I want to try something here. We're going to change our environment out a little bit in here. Well, let me do something for a minute. Let me do some lights out for a minute. Just for a minute. You got time. But I'm going to change my environment out a little bit. I want to change it out because I want to switch my rooms up. I want to throw up in there, in that room over there. And that's important too, to change up my environments. I do that too. So I can see lights on, lights off. No problem. This is something I need to do right now. The color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is something that has to be done now. Can't put this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up 5, I think it's 4 high performance screens on this one. Starting off with a darker screen. Let me turn my lights on. What am I doing? Not that things in the dark. All right, so that's the high performance server we're going to be using right there. It's our screen, which is a much darker screen. I need to know all this stuff. It's I don't know. I have to know all this stuff. I don't know how people cannot do these tests to begin with. Got another darker screen. Darkstar 9. Cinema Gray, right there. Let's see. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of interesting because usually when we develop darker screens, contrast is not going to be an issue. This is a light gray screen. So I'm curious to see how the contrast levels are going to stack up next to a screen that's darker. This one right here, a little lighter. And this is what I mean by you have to see this. You can't cut corners on this. It has to be seen. It's a light gray screen. So I have to see how this is going to stack up to a darker screen. All right, first things first, let's get those white levels first. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See how interesting that is? The Darkstar 9 is darker than our screen, and the Parallax, if I'm playing it correctly, is darker than our screen, as you've seen. But our screen, being a light screen, can produce better and better colors, better, deeper, richer colors. That's because these screens are reflecting too much white light. That's why. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay, a little better with them. Wait, hold on. Cancel that one. I'm going to come out of that because we had a bunch of colors that popped up here, which we can use. And the lightest screen on here, out of our screens, would be that one right there would be the Cinema Gray and the Seymour AV 1.3. Let me see. Okay, that's good. All right, let's do color swapping it out.
Yesterday's thinking is done. No ideas?
All right, you see how we do our test when it comes to lighter screens? Same thing we got to do with darker screens. We got to do the same thing. We got to run the test. We got to run everything through it. So that way you can see exactly what you're getting, what you're buying. This is very important. All right, see that? All right, let's go over and let's bring up pink. Okay, and let's go in and let's bring up, did we do green yet? Just in case we didn't do green. Okay, next we have to do the star field demonstration. Now this is where I'm interesting for me because like I said, this is a lighter screen. But it still has to be done regardless. Now you have to understand, my technology is usually darker screens. I don't mind showing you the contrast levels on this because this is something you have to see. I can't hide this from you. So now you got an idea when I tell you in the description of this product, when it says fair, contrast levels are fair. Now you know, because you need to see this. This is when I sit there and say over and over again, if someone's displaying a light gray screen, if their contrast levels aren't coming up at all, or somewhere, even if they're fair, at least they're telling you this. They're not trying to portray something that they're not, and they're not trying to compete against something that they're not. Now, if I say this is all I design, or these screens right here, and say there's another fellow who develops black screens, there's no way in the world I'm going to go up there and compare this technology to his screen. That's virtually impossible. That's a black screen over there. It's going to automatically produce a darker contrast level. This is basic common sense. So you can't mislead people and tell them that, hey, look, my screen can do the same thing, when you know it can't. And you can't display it because it can't. But I'm going to come here and show you, this is a light gray screen we developed. This is how the contrast levels are going to come out. And as you can see, it is producing the contrast, but it's not going to be as dark as the blacker screens. Now we take our lights out. And as you can see, even with the lights out, there's still the lighter screen that we developed here is still producing better contrast than these screens right here. And keep in mind, one of these is a dark star 9, which is here, and that's the Parallax right there, which are supposed to be screens that are developed to pick up heavy contrast levels. Now we'll go back to our colors again, and we'll just do this with the lights out. This is all partial lit environment anyway, but at least you know. And this is something you should know. All right, let's go over to the green. We can see with the lights out. Okay. And let's go over to the blue. And let's do a color swap out. We'll probably get a commercial in there. Oh, we didn't. Okay. We should get a commercial in there. Because even though the screen is light, I will still get a customer in there. Every so once in a while I will say, well, how come it's not producing the same contrast as a black screen? I don't bother with those conversations. I don't. It's completely pointless. I don't bother. I'm sorry, but I just don't. You can't figure that out. And if you can read the description that we put in there to tell you why, which we do put in there, it's a lighter gray screen paint. The contrast levels are going to be good, but it's not going to be equal to a black screen. So that's why we do these demonstrations. So when customers come in and they ask me those questions, I can send them to this video. Now, like I said, anybody testing screen paints, this is what you're supposed to see. Whether we're testing black screens, green screens, blue screens, or a light gray screen, this is what you're supposed to see. These are the tests you're supposed to see. If they're not doing these tests, there's something wrong there. All right, that's really announcing out of this, and pretty much I got what I want out of that, so I'm happy with that. No, I can't complain. I got what I wanted. The weight levels, everything we need right from there. So now I know how it compares to. We got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 certified screens. 5 certified screens. Not bad for something that was developed this morning. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's go put this in. I'm going to grab an ultra short throw projector.
We've found every step you take to get into a new infinity. From online purchasing.
I'm sure you don't want to watch a commercial in a car. Unless you're planning to buy one. I don't know. There we go. we're swapping out now for ultra short throw, which I have right there on the floor. Pretty much we've done just about everything that needs to be tested on this. Like I said, we're not going to take it outside because it's not an outside screen paint. If you want to use it at nighttime, yeah, but being able to pull up an engine, you need a dark screen to do that. They have to have dark screens. 12s, Limited still screen, Limited is not weatherproof, but the 12s is the best outdoor screen we ever had. They're designed for outdoor use. That's why anybody, someone says, comes up to me and asks them, I want to use the screen outside, we advise them to get a 12. The exotics and stuff, now we use them outside. They're more like an indoor product. But that 12, yeah, it's just designed for outside. Now, we already did the distance throw with the 1,000 lumen projector. We did that this morning. We did that even a little more crazier because we had the 130 watt light in the middle of the screen. We've already done the demonstration on the projector lumens, which we got it around 4,300 lumens, which the Christie, and then we dropped it down to a 1,000 lumen projector. Now we're going to do ultra short throw 720p. Hope I'm covered up in the back. I don't know if you've seen anything. Ugh. Paint's on. Gotta keep that covered up. Okie doke. So we got the distance to our 20. We got the ambient light test, which we're doing all through this anyway. It's all ambient light test. We did the certified screens. We did the 43 to 1,000 lumens. So that's a low lumen to high lumen test. And then we're going to do the ultra short throw right now. Okay, we'll have to bring this back a little farther out. So we may have to disconnect something here. We have to disconnect. Let's disconnect this cable. Go to the room to bring this back out. All right, that's the size we need. We're gonna have to hit the zoom on this. We hit zoom. Where's my menu at? Menu. So the menu, we need to hit the zoom. All right, we got the position. Yes, we don't need that. We just need a zoom. That's not gonna work. We need sub, digital zoom. Here we go. Digital zoom. Again, digital zoom. Okay. I think it's around 70 for the screen. Yeah, it's around 70. I'm not sure right 70. Or did I go farther than I had to go? Alright, just in case, let's go up. Pretty sure. Right. Alright, that should be good. And then we go up to back up. We need to go to positioning. Let's go back again. Let's go back again. Alright, let's go back over, let's go down. Let's go back over, let's go to positioning. Okay, position, bring it up. So it fits in. That should be about right. That's not bad. Let me just clear up a little bit. Focus. There we go. That's better. Let's see, anything else we gotta do? I think we're in here pretty good. All right. Oh, forgot, I gotta take that off the menu too. That's the menu. There we go. So there's the ultra short throw. This was the video I was looking at right here. Let me see if we can find this one. Okay, we got it sometimes. This is what I was looking at. Couldn't find it. Okay. There you go. Ultra short though, 720p. So the projector we just used a few minutes ago was a 1080p. We have switched over to a 720p. We already did this on the 1000 lumen projector, which is a Sony. So yeah, we covered all the bases. Went from 43, dropped down to 1000. Did the distance throw at 22 feet. On a little extra distance with the lamp in the middle of the screen. We did the 3 screen certified with a couple of extra screen paints attached to that. Came back in, did another 5 certified screens, then dropped it off with the 3600 lumen ultra short NEC projector. And you can see the distance of where my projector is sitting, where the screen's at. And of course, as always, we did the entire demonstration in the fully lit environment. Not entire, we did lights out too also. And then later on tonight, I'll come in and do a lights out only demonstration for those who are going to be using this for dedicated theater setups. Or we just want to be out in the dark. I don't know. It's up to you. Let me take the lights out for a minute, you guys. Like I said, it has contrast capability, but it's not going to be as heavy as the more darker screens we work with every day. But you're still going to get contrast. And as you can see, without the contrast, that's what makes the colors pop better. When you have to have that contrast. That's why we put those sample sheets against it, to the colors change on it, so you can see exactly which screen is producing the better reds and blues and greens and stuff like that. Sorry about that. I was looking at something real quick on my screen. All right, let's grab something else. Grab the skedaddle. See, pulls up contrast, dark levels. I'm just going to tell you they're going to be fair. This is what we consider, on our end, this is what we consider fair. Even our fair contrast levels are good, but we consider it fair because we're used to developing darker screens. But if you want a lighter screen, it's going to give you higher white levels, and that's what you desire. If you want to put your screen in a fully lit environment, you don't have to worry about your screen washing out or fading or the colors going bland. This is what the technology is designed to do. And as you can see in our demonstrations, we're not hiding anything from you. Everything's out in the open. And you can see the environment is nice and bright. I can pull my camera back, and you can see we're in a nice, bright environment as always. Plenty of light making contact with the screen at all times. Whether we're using ultra short throw or we're using long throw, whatever it may be, you see everything. There's no curtains closed in the back. We're not blocking any light from making contact with the screen. So this technology will only be available in 1 to 2 quarts. It's a little too expensive to make a gallon of this stuff. This stuff is actually, it costs some money to make. Due to the fact because it's a lighter screen paint, we had to drop twice the amount of code into this to get this thing to react the way it needed to react. So it costs a little bit more. It will not be a part of the exotics collection. As you can see, there's no exotic attached to it. This will have a category of its own. I'm so hungry. It's a minute. I'm sorry, people. Turn the lights up. The lights are supposed to be on. My bad. And get some food. Same thing applies for all the other things. Yeah, you can paint it on wood, plexiglass, PVC, motorized projector screens, fixed frame screens. Whatever you want to paint it on, you can paint it on. If you're going to paint this on canvas or anything like that, we do advise you prime the surface first. I'm so hungry. Making breakfast now. I'm having breakfast now. Let's see what else we got on here. Toilet from here. So I get straightened up in here for myself. Later on, I'll be back on to do a review. I bought a star projector for the ceiling in here. It is fantastic, but it's got two things on it I don't like. But other than that, it's fantastic. But there's a projector right there. That's the new one I just bought. And we'll be doing some demonstrations of that one. I actually ordered 2 for this room right here because I'm getting that overlap display in here. We'll talk about those when everybody gets in here. You can see it's also short though compatible. Charger out. We got a commercial popping up.
Light up your new year and shine your brightest with Cadillac.
There's an ultra short throw, so people want to know the most. The angle on an ultra short throw. There's your angle on the screen, even with the light making contact with it. As you can see 190 degree all the way across with no problem with the screen. About the screen coming black or dark or disoriented. There you go. And let's bring it down so you can see the ultra short throw. Right there. There you go. And you can see the ultra short throw projector. Let me get another one real quick. J and K 4K. Let me see what I have to do. Oh, got another contract here. Okay, I like that one. I need one more before I actually call it quits for the day. or something. I like to do it in nature because usually, and it's true with some of the 4K and 8K demonstrations, they can be oversaturated with a little too much color. So you need to see it in like a natural kind of video. I mean, natural colors, nothing is oversaturated or over embellished. So there you go. Enjoy. I'm gonna go get my food ready for go upstairs and watch me a Western. Instead of relax, I just ordered the ALR Rift 2. They're coming in pretty soon. I told you, I'm not dealing with consoles anymore. I'm done. I've given up on consoles for a while. Keep my PS4 and that's it. But as for these new gaming consoles coming out, the way that, oh no. I can see myself right now on YouTube ranting and carrying on about how I can't get another console because their scalpels got them and how stores don't got enough of them. No, I can't go through that nonsense. I get by myself. I'm investing in games with the system too. So console don't work. The games don't work. Nothing works on it. Controllers don't work. No. I just ordered my headsets. Next week I'm going to go and drop another. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm going to pay for my gaming PC, but it's quite a bit. I need it because I'm looking for anything that I can run that ALR Rift headsets through, and I need quite a bit. I'm looking at I need something at least with a GTX 980 at least in it so I can run it. Because that's it. I'm going back in the PC. I'm not touching console. I'm done. So they can figure out how to get that mess fixed, and I'll go back into it. But this year, I'm not doing Xbox Series, and I'm not even doing the PS5. I don't trust them. And after that launch fiasco, no. And I told you, my cousin bought one. He brought one when they came out. He was lucky he got one. He got one he already put on pre-order. And guess where his is sitting at right now? In his closet upstairs in his bedroom. That's where it's at right now. It bricked. It is bricked. So no. Get myself a really good gaming PC. Hook up my ALR Rift up to it and do my gaming. I'm good. He's like, well, the batteries only last for 2 hours. It doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to be in there for 2 hours. I suffer from migraines. There's no way in the world I'm going to be sitting in that machine for like 2 hours. I'm in there I don't even game that long for 2 hours. About 30 minutes or so for 40 minutes, about an hour and I'm done. Because later on I look like that when I'm done. I got a headache. I don't want to be bothered with. But yeah. I'm definitely going to do that. After I saw what you can do on that thing, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be in there. Ugh. If you have a console system that's working, man, hats off to you. I wish you the best. I hope it lasts you for the rest of your life. I hope it does. If you're one of the lucky ones that got one of those systems that actually work. Let's do something else. That's making me fall asleep. I should be asleep right now. I only got like 2 hours of sleep today. Let's do this one right here.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firm and it continuously eliminates odors in the air and on soft surfaces for 45 days.
No, we don't need it. Thank you. Remember when YouTube didn't even have these little commercials used to pop up. This is why I'm showing you the contrast, so you know that when we put in the description for this product and it says the contrast levels are fair, you know. It does this contrast much better than the other screens, but it's not going to be where our dark technology is at. some people may look at this and say, oh, contrast looks good. But you got to remember, I'm used to staring at black screens all day. So, kind of used to seeing real dark images. I like to see the dark contrast. I like to see the white levels explode off the screen. I'm kind of used to seeing darker contrast. But this is actually pretty good for a light screen. Very good. I mean, like I said, I'm very impressed with it. That's why it's going to have a label attached to it. And that's why it's going to go on the website. And this basically pleases our customers who just want a lighter screen paint. That's what they want. At first, I wouldn't do it. I mean, at first, when people ask me to do it, like, no, we're not going to do that. You heard me on camera say it a couple of times. I'm not going to do that. What would be the point? Why would I do that? Yeah, sometimes I learn to shut up and listen to when God starts talking to me. That's what I got to do. Stop running my mouth sometimes. Just be quiet and listen to what he has to tell me, because I didn't even know we were going to be able to do this. So this morning when I got up, I had no plans on basically developing this at all. And the Lord sat me down to this is what we're going to make today. I saw the base stuff. I was like, oh man, why? I just do what I tell you to do. Yeah, I did. Sometimes disobedience will get you nowhere when it comes to God. It really doesn't work out too well. It doesn't. Let's put a little TCL.
Getting that from YouTube.
And we'll run some gaming off here too. I'll do some gaming off here. Did I do gaming here already? Oh yeah, we did. No, we didn't do any actual gameplay. We did have the PS4 running through this, but we didn't have any actual gameplay on here. Bring it up. Now I know it's okay that they're running. There we go. I was missing a pin there somewhere. Okay, and I'll get the lights out. So we got to die to see with the lights out. So there you go. There you go. All right, people, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We're going to try to have this up and going, probably available, what's the day? Tuesday. We'll have it on Tuesday. It's already passed most of all its tests. I mean, pretty much I can't think of anything else we could run off of it. I mean, we did the sample sheets, we did distance, we did the long throw, we did well, if you haven't seen those demonstrations, I'll post them in the video so you can see. We did it earlier this morning. We did those demonstrations already. So, no, go on a little. That's an interesting dog. You understand, where my house is at, these people walk dogs all day long along the strip. These dogs are thirsty. When I see them, they walk by, their tongues are hanging out and they're thirsty. I'm pretty sure they got to go a distance from the park. And they go right past my house. So this summer, I'm thinking about getting me one of those great big, huge dog water dishes that you connect the hose onto the back of it. And my line is right here on the side of the house. So I'm just going to stick it right there, put a sign that says free water for the dogs. And then that way you can get something to drink while they're going past. When they get back home, they already got some water in their system. Because, you know, it's something you can do, you know. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to have this. We've done all the tests. We've done the low lumens and all that stuff on the projector. So I'm thinking like 1,000 lumens. I got to do one more test. No, we got to do one more. I got to see what a knockoff is going to look like on this thing. So let me go grab a knockoff projector, come back, and we'll do that, and we'll check that out, okay? So we need to do that, because if I'm going to say we're going to remove that option that says that you can put what projectors we select, we got to do a knockoff on it. All right, so let me disconnect this dude off, so we know it's short-throw compatible. Right? And let's grab ourselves a stand. One step over here. And I'll go pick up another projector. I'll try to get like a name brand knockoff projector. I'm not spending $3,000 for no knockoffs. That's not going to happen. But you know, I'll get some. We're going to use this projector right here. This is the one I got that says about 1,000 lumens. Or no, sorry, 15,000 lumens. I'm way off on that one. We got a power cord for that one. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I got an in-focus projector coming in. I got an in-focus projector coming in at 3,000 lumens. We got to definitely play with that on the screen. So let's see what we'll get out of this. This is a projector we're going to use. This is a knockoff projector I got right here. Now, I'm not encouraging to go out and buy knockoff projectors for the screen paint. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Because the bottom line is, it's still a knockoff projector at the end of the day. You come off better with a projector. I'll show you. We'll show you. I don't. See, it's one thing to talk to you about it, but I kind of rather just show you, so that way you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You come off better just buying a used, older projector. Then if you get a knockoff projector, it's going to promise you a bunch of bells and whistles that you're not even going to get. That projector right there is supposed to be 15,000 lumens. My Chrissy upstairs is 65, so do the math right there. Look at the size of that. He was claiming to be 15,000 lumens, and the one upstairs is that giant monster at 65. So that tells you right there, something's wrong there. So it promises you a bunch of bells and whistles. 4K, it's 1080p, it's a whole lot of crap they tell you. Then they give you a bunch of pictures of all Photoshop nonsense. At the end of the day, it's crap. It's equivalent to a Disney flashlight, okay? So unless you go pay $2,700 or more for one of those other Chinese projectors overseas, then you're going to get something. It's not going to be as good as the other projectors that are in that category, but it's going to be something. It's going to be better than these right here. But these projectors right here, no. You're just better off just go get an older projector. We're going to take the Sony VPO FA30. Now remember, when I tell you about the specifications on this, right? This projector right here is supposed to be 4K 1080p. Don't even ask me about that. I can't figure that out either at all, period. 4K, it's one or the other, but you know how it goes. It's supposed to be 15,000 lumens, right? All right, so we all know the resolution on freaking 1080p to the resolution to 4K. This projector here, on the other hand, doesn't have all the bells and whistles. This is just a basic 600 by 800 res projector, 720p at 1,000 lumens. This is all this is, SVGA, okay? That's why I said you come off a lot better. That one right there will cost me $75. Sorry, that one cost me $93. The knockoff cost me $93. The projector that I have in my hand right here, the Sony, cost me $75. This one doesn't even have an HDMI port on the back of it. That's how I have to connect it. That one has an HDMI port on it. So just because it has an HDMI port on it doesn't mean it's good. It can be crappy as I don't know what. Still have an HDMI port on the back of it. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up our knockoff here. Let me go grab me. Oh, this is on a cord. This is on a cord. Bring this around. All right, so first, just learned a valuable lesson. Never eat a pretzel when it's raw before you cook it. I feel sick as a dog for doing that one. That was a bad idea. It wasn't a good idea, it was a bad idea. All right. Now I got my big baggy comfortable hoodie on. That's what I like to wear in the house, my big old comfortable hoodie. It's raggy, it's full of paint and all that, but it's clean. It's my raggy hoodie. I like it. I like it. Somebody saying, why don't you buy new clothes before you come on camera? I'm not here for a freaking fashion show. I'm here to show you screens. So come on here, dress as both playing for like here. There we go. I had somebody tell me that. Why don't you buy clean, nice clothes to come on camera? I don't care. It's COVID. I don't think anybody cares. You used to have people were going to the supermarket in the first beginnings of COVID. Yeah, people were coming in roll. Well, you've seen people rolls and everything. I mean, people were literally coming in pajamas. All right, let's turn this on. Like, who cares? McDonald's is my kind of place. French fries between your toes, hamburgers up your nose. Yeah, I don't think I remember that. That's an old one from back in the day when I was a kid. And I'm old. I'm old, people. I'm old. I've been here before the dawn of the dinosaurs sometimes. That's what it feels like sometimes. I've been here before the dinosaurs. And if you're young and you're watching it, you're going to be there soon. Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Because you have more knowledge than what you had. There we go, that's better. I was trying to find a position to put this in. There we go. So there we are on our knockoff projector, right there. Bring it back some. Ugh. Yeah. Back a little bit. That's better. Like I said, it's a knockoff. Your picture quality is not all going to be like great, you know what I mean? But at least it just shows you exactly what you're getting yourself into because you can see the front. I told you to work on everything, you know? And this is with the lights on. I'm using more light in this environment than most people do when they actually do the demonstrations on these projectors because they always do them in the dark. I know the screen's a bit on the slant here. This is just to show you. See if we got something on the other end we can prop it up a little bit on. With these straight. Alright, well, I'm not preparing that crap. Drop my controller. That's all. I get it. It's a little not so crooked. Alright.
Does scrubbing grease feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Platinum. Its superior grease cleaning formula gets to work.
Oh, there you go. So like I said, it runs with, that's why we're not going to put that thing up there that says you're going to have to use this certain kind of projector because technically you don't. This stuff will run anything. Let's get the lights out. And that'll be your image with the lights out. Let's get some more color in this. Now, mind you, like I said, this is a knockoff projector. This is the one, like I said, I don't want to encourage people to go out and buy these because I'm just telling you from the door. I wouldn't if I were you because, you know, if you got one from a Christmas gift or someone gave you one for a birthday gift or something like that, you know, okay, yeah. But if you go out and buy one of these knowing that what these things are made of and what they do, then, you know, that's all I can say for you right there. Can't give you much on that one right there. Just, you're just better off going out, buying yourself a 720p projector, just a basic, and you'll see the difference. I don't care if this nice thing looks like the light's on. So at least we got the whatchamacallit demonstration out of the way. The from this stuff here. At least we got that out of the demonstration. Hold on. 4K demonstrations. Give me something.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, thank you, man. Take that right there. And I'll show you where the projector is sitting, so you can see that. So this is where the projector is at right here. And that's how much light we have in the environment. And this is on a knockoff projector. We all both know this projector is not 15,000 lumens. We all know that. It's probably coming in way less than that. I'd say probably if you're lucky, you're not even getting 2 out of this. I got 200 lumen projectors upstairs. You even got a 50 lumen projector upstairs. And it's not even probably doing 50. You're probably getting about 20 or 35 out of it. That's most so you're going to get out of it. Take the lights out. All right, now, well, remember that screen right there. Now, let's go in. But like I said, if you have one laying around, or say you bought one by accident, some people buy them and they don't know, okay? You know, if someone's buying a projector for the first time, and this is what they see, you know what I mean? They go, wow, you know, this thing has like 15,000 lumens, and it's 4K, you know, and all that. You know, they went $95 for them, some of them are 50 bucks. That's all they want. That's a good deal. And they go buy it, and then they found out later on it's just a piece of crap. That's what they bought, you know. Some of them swear up and down that the projector looks magnificent. I had somebody call me up and want to argue with me. Like, no, it looks good. It looks fantastic. Then why are you calling me? What's the purpose of you calling me? If it looks fantastic, just leave it the way it is. You know. That's the projector you just saw. That was the knockoff, right? That's enough off for a minute. This is the projector that is the Sony projector, the 720p. That's using a HDMI port in the back of, not HDMI port, but a VGA HDMI port. It'll come out in a few minutes. See the difference? There you go. This is the projector that you wouldn't buy, but that's the projector some people would buy. They would pass over this projector because they'll say, hey, well, that projector right there, it's only 720p. That one right there is 4K. That's 15,000 lumens. It's only 1,000 lumens. That's an SVGA, and this is whatever the heck that thing that might be. And all the while, this was a projector that you should have bought. See the difference? Because this is a Sony. It's a name brand. It's a real deal. That's not a real deal. That's a fake knockoff projector with fake parts in it. Can't do what it's supposed to do. And I'm pretty sure that the lens is made out of plastic when this one's glass. And if you thought the technology we designed under the exotics are designed to make 720p look incredible, well, this stuff right here, like I said, we had to double the amount of coding that we had to drop into it to get the screen to react a certain way. And look at that for a 720p projector that's 600 by 800 res. You could run any eBay projector off of this with no problem. So what you see, you can run it off of it. Like I said, if you're going to use this for your kids' room, like a kick-around projector, this is fantastic. There's no heat that comes off of it. You know what I mean? Kids can't get burned off of it. And if they bust it or break it, then you know it's not going to really cost you anything. Well, this one was $95, but you get them cheaper for that. Try to get one for like $50 if you're going to get one for your kids. You know. Sorry about that. Just bumped the daylights out of my stand, which means I bumped the daylights out of you. We were just too close to the screen. It was driving me crazy. I couldn't take it. Just way too close to the screen. I had to pull it back some. That was driving me a bit nuts there. We're a bit blurry if we're too far back. Actually, not too far back. We're good where we're at. So your reds don't wash out and fade even under 1,000 lumens. And I had to pull the projector back to the official 13 feet that we use. And this is how a light screen paint is supposed to react. And like I said, all the tests you just saw me watch, well, what you need to do is next time, when you watch somebody developing light gray screen paint, or any kind of screen paint, just basically see if they're doing the same tests that we're doing. See if they're getting the same results. Because if it's sitting there hiding in the dark, that just tell you, the first thing it's going to tell you is that, hey, look, they may not have the ability to produce contrast. And if the contrast won't pull up on the screen correctly, what's going to happen is that the red levels and all the other levels are going to start dropping. As I showed you with the certified screens. Let me get my ultra short though and clean up in here a bit. Face back in there. We missing something here. Oh no, that's going to the main system. That's good. Which one control this anyway? Let's do that one right there. I'm gonna put this on while I'm cleaning up my area. Sorry about that. No, we don't need that. Thank you. This is for the next demonstration, just setting up. If you guys want to see the lights out, there you go. Lights out for you. Sorry about that. I'm doing this on Facebook next. This is power supply. Here we go. Yeah, that's ambient light rejection technology for a screen at light. 100,000 lumens. Screen can produce an image with a 130 watt light bulb right smack in front of it. And it still perform the same task with the lights on overhead with no problem. This is what you will see in never another gray screen paint. Won't try this. Like I said, again, certified screens, you're not going to try that. And we had a CMR AV 1.3, we had a DMP Supernova, we had a Gray Cinema 5D, a Gray Cinema, we had a Dark Star 9, and we had the Parallax 0.8 against this technology. And then the projector we're using in the demonstration, like I said, we'll bring it back a little farther. I think we're too close. There we go. So now I'll show you where my projector is sitting at. That's where my projector sits at now. To be at the back of your technology. Let's go back a little farther. I think we're too close. I can yank this projector all the way back there and it will still produce an image with no problem whatsoever. This is what you call technology, not house paint. Now we're back even farther. As you can see, the wall is just urine. The color of the white wall is gone. Doesn't pick up the image. The screen picks it up, even with the 100 watt light bulb right in the middle. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. The technology will be available probably around Tuesday. We'll start getting some labels and things together. Get ready. I think we've proved already the advancement of what it can do. And compared to everybody else. So like I said, when you watch demonstrations on screen paints, this is what you're supposed to be seeing. You're supposed to see, when they say it's supposed to be ambient light rejection, they should prove it's ambient light rejection. Not have it in some poor washed out environment where you can barely see the screen or the walls. It's supposed to be a well-lit environment. You see, that's where my projector was sitting when I pulled that screen all the way, when I pulled the projector all the way back. Compared to all the way over here, that thing being hit with that lamp right in the middle of that screen, in the overhead and still producing an image right next to a white wall. And that's what you want. Those are results you want to see for your home theater investment. You don't want to see anybody cutting corners. That's the last thing you want to see. So like I said, they can't do the screen paint right. We'll redesign it, bring it on the market, and show you how it's supposed to be done. You can get what you paid for. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.